Okay, so we're going to replace the Upstream O2 sensor on a 2002 Mazda Protege LX. Looked for different videos online, got some on similar cars, but not exactly this one. There's some differences, so I thought I'd make my own video. The first thing is, the tools you'll need is you'll need a new O2 sensor. This is the Upstream, it's a shorter one. The Upstream is the one that goes into the engine block. The downstream one, there's two, is the one that goes into the manifold, which is actually on this car located underneath the engine. You have to put the car up on ramps and get to it. I did that about a year and a half ago. Tools you'll need for this job is a 10 millimeter ratchet set, 10 millimeter, and a 7/8 socket O2 sensor socket wrench. It's the same kind of thing with this spark plug, but it's got this hole in the middle, so you can, these sensors have wires obviously, and it gives a place for the wires to go. So first things first, I've already started this to make it easier so we didn't have a whole bunch of change up in the video. This vent here just gets in the way. It's useless for what we're doing, but we're going to get it out of the way so we have more arm room. So there's the 10 millimeter bolt here, 10 millimeter bolt here. Went ahead and took that off already. So all you gotta do is pull this straight up. It'll be around, there's a little vent thing, you might have to tug on it, but it just pulls up. So set that aside. The videos that I've seen is said to take the heat shield off and the O2 sensor be underneath it, but on this engine, don't have to mess with the heat shield. Here is the O2 sensor. It's a short cord. Here's the plug. It was actually very hard for me to get the plug undone. That's probably the hardest part, but I'm kind of loosened everything so I can do the video. This has this thing here actually sticks in a hole. You'll see, like on the new one, it's got that thing it sticks in, the little clamp. There's also a wire clamp here that I took off. It's very simple. You just pull up the tab and make it wider. It goes around these two wires here to keep them together. I'll show you how to put that back on when we get done. So get your ratchet set out, and I'm going to put the phone down just for a minute, just so I can get my other hand here, and I'll put the... Alright, so you'll notice, you just put it in like that. The wires are coming underneath and through that. Now, I've already loosened this. I cut my finger the first time because of the amount of torque, but this car's got 240,000 miles on it, so this is the original sensor. So it's going to be stuck in there, but you unloosen it. See how, if you see how the wires come out, that's why it's important. Not now, not now.
Okay, bye.
Loosen that up. Don't let the wires get all tangled up like that. Excuse me, that was my son coming out asking me for something. I'm trying to do this, he doesn't know what I'm doing. And you can undo that. And yeah, that thing is, no wonder why I was blowing a code. So to give you a history, I've been getting a series of 2 codes on and off for about a year, tried multiple different things to try and figure it out. The codes that I was getting was a P0421 was the first code, and the second one that rolled up behind it was a P0660. And the P0421 basically is sensor 1, bank 1. That is what tells you it's the upstream instead of the downstream. So now we're going to take this here. To take this off, there's a lever here, and you got to push all the way down. It is a dickens to try and get out. I've already done it, so I'm just going to loosen it with my hand. And there's the old one, nice and destroyed. So glad that thing's going to be gone. So now with the new sensor, something important to know is with any of the oxygen sensors, don't touch this part of the sensor with your fingers or any part of your skin. It'll mess it up. That's what I hear on all the, don't really know for sure, but that's what I read about and see on all the videos. This Denso stuff here we'll put on the threads, and I've got a towel here that'll help me keep it clean. So I'm going to have to put the phone down again, so pardon me for going upside down for just a moment. I've got to put the phone down while I get this out. So here's the sensor, get the Denso, get my towel up here. Alright. So you'll have to excuse me, I'm going to try and do this while I See, I'm not gonna be able to see what I'm doing here. So let's see. We got the, where's this camera? There it is. I got my Denso that I took out. I'm just gonna put it on the, just wipe it on real good on the threads. Try not to get on the sensor itself. It's kind of a sealant, lubricant, whatever. So now I'm gonna put this down, putting the camera around. So now you can see I've got on there pretty good. I'm gonna try and smear it a little bit just to get it on there real good. All right, so now I've got this. I'm going to put this back in here and just hand tighten it. I'm not going to worry about the cord plug. It's easier to put this in with the cord last. Hold on, I'm going to put the phone down for 1 second. Pardon me, I know it's a pain to watch these things when you, but it's only me. Alright, let's see if I can get this in. Why will it not go in? Just got to get it started, I'm sure. There we go. Alright, so you'll see I've got it took me out to get it lined up with the threads. I'm just hand tightening it, right? Alright, and then I'm going to switch this. I'm not going to over torque it. I've seen things where it says just hand tighten it. I want to make sure it's in there. So I'm just going to just kind of make it sure it's nice and snug. Falling out. Alright, so now we've got the plug here. Looks like that. This part goes down. That's going to go, this part here is going to go into that hole right there when I get done plugging this thing together. But I'm going to plug this into, look at this, into that. And I'm going to put the phone down one more time. I know it's a pain to do this twice. Try and do it fast. Alright, so there's the plug, there's, there we go. So now, I haven't tightened it yet, I'm just got them lined up. So now I'm going to plug, put my fingers out of the way. Alright, so I'm going to plug that in so it's good and snug. Alright, then I'm going to put, alright, so I snug that bracket in there. Alright, now, this bracket here, again, I'm really sorry for the messy camera work here, but it's only me. So here's this is just simply close together, kind of like handcuffs. But I'm going to put it around, and I'm going to put the phone down, some white or black here, show you what I'm doing, just a minute. Again, one-handed, so it's kind of hard to do. Alright, so now I have these two, those two wires. I put the clamp there, and I'm going to tighten it by pushing them together, and then do everything in reverse. So that's in, that's in. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. So you see I've got that and that, they go on top of each other. Put the vent back here, like they just sit on top of each other. There's no clicks or anything. I'm gonna put a hand tighten that. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Alright, and then I will take that off, put my other, make sure I am, so tighten it up here, here, and that's it. We have now replaced the O2 sensor, and I really cannot believe how bad this other one was. That is not the way it should look. Wow, that's really bad. So P0421 and a P0660. It took me a year to figure out what the heck was wrong with it. It's an O2 sensor, the Upstream. Just replaced it. The part I got at O'Reilly's, it was, I believe, about $116 here. Yep, it was $120 with tax. They're really good over there at O'Reilly's. I like them. But anyway, that's it. Thank you very much. Bye. Hope it helped you out.